This question was asked in GATE 2021. The question is, two reservoirs are connected through a homogeneous and isotropic aquifer having hydraulic conductivity of 25 meter per day and effective porosity of 0.3 as shown in this figure. Groundwater is flowing is the aquifer at the steady state. Now, if water in reservoir 1 is contaminated, then the time taken by the contaminated water to reach to reservoir 2 will be. So, first of all, understand the question. The question is saying there are two reservoirs, reservoir 1 and reservoir 2, which are connected by an aquifer, and the length of that aquifer is 2 kilometer. Now we need to find what will be the time taken by the water to reach from reservoir 1 to reservoir 2. So for solving this question, we must know about the Darcy's law. You can refer this NPTEL course, module 6, lecture 2. This Darcy's law by Professor Baleshwar Singh, IIT Guwahati. You can refer this lecture to explore your knowledge about Darcy's law. However, we will quickly revise these Darcy laws in short to solve this question. So let's discuss about the Darcy's law. Now, if suppose this is point 1 and point 2, and we know between 2 points, if there is a head difference, then water starts moving from high head to low head. So here water will flow from point 1 to 2 with some velocity, and regarding this velocity there is a law given by Darcy which says that this discharge velocity is directly proportional to the hydraulic gradient. That is, this V is directly proportional to the hydraulic gradient, where hydraulic gradient is nothing but the head difference divided by the length or distance between these 2 points. And H is what? H is the head difference between these 2 points. Now, this we can write this V is equal to K I, where K is the proportionality constant and it is called hydraulic conductivity or permeability, and the value of this K depends on the soil. Okay, and this value of K differs with the soil. For different types of soil, the K value changes. Now, so this always remember this for this equation, V is equal to Ki as Darcy's law, and this V is the discharge velocity. Whatever the amount of discharge you are getting at this point or through the cross sectional area A, that is given by this V. Now, since we know this point 1 and 2, the soil is connected and soil is having pores, and this water is moving from 1 to 2 through the continuous voids. So the velocity which the water have in the void is called seepage velocity. Seepage velocity, which is defined as the discharge divided by area of voids. Now, can we write this this as Q by total A into this A by AV? This A will be cancelled out and this will be remain as same Q by AV. Now, this Q by A is nothing but the discharge velocity V, and this AV by A is porosity. So from here we can write the seepage velocity is equal to superficial velocity or discharge velocity divided by porosity. So always remember this equation also. This seepage velocity is always greater than the value of this discharge velocity. This discharge velocity is also termed as superficial velocity. Now coming to our question, it is saying that we need to find the time taken by the water from point 1 to point 2. So we know the time is equal to what? Time is equal to distance by velocity. Distance by velocity. Here distance we know 2 kilometer, and velocity we will use here is seepage velocity, that is Vs. That is Vs. We will use this one, this Vs, to solve this question. Why? Because it is asking the time to reach from point A to point 2, and the water will flow through the continuous voids. Okay, so we can find the time by this equation, simple equation, distance by velocity, Vs. Now we need to find the this value of Vs. Okay, so just we can find here Vs is equal to what? Vs is equal to V by N. Okay, and this V is equal to what? V is equal to K into I. Okay, this can be also written as K into I, can be written as H by L. So now for solving any problem, always be cautious with the units. Keep your units uniform throughout the problems. So now here the answer is asking in days, correct? In days. So the unit of this permeability just keep in day only. Okay, and all this length unit should be in meter, correct? Now, so K, the value of K is given in the question, that is 25, and H is what? H is the head difference. So here you can find the head difference. This head difference is what? This head at reservoir 1, that is 30 meter, minus head at reservoir 2, that is 10 meter. So the head difference comes as 20 meter. So we will use 25 into H. H is what? 20 divided by L. L is the distance between 2 points, reservoir and 1 and 2, which was 2 kilometer. So 2 kilometer, 2 into 10 to the power 3 meter. Now solve it. This 2 and 2 will be cancelled out. You can say 25 into 20 by 2, 0, 0, 0, 1 0 will be cancelled out, and 2 will be cancelled out. So it will be by 100. Okay, you can write this 100. So it will be 25 by 100, that is 0.25, correct? So this is your discharge velocity. Now we need to calculate the seepage velocity. So by this equation, Vs is equal to V by N. V is what? 0.25. N is what? N is given in your question, which the value is N. N is porosity. The value of porosity is given 0.3. So keep this is 0.3. Now 0.25 by 0.3. So it will just solve it. Okay, you will get this will as 0.833, correct? This is in meter per day. Okay, now you have the seepage velocity as 0.833, correct? Now you can find the time. Okay, so distance is your 2 kilometer, that is 2 into 10 to the power 3 by velocity. Just you have calculated 0.833. Okay, solve this equation. You will get as, just quickly solve it, you will get this as 2400 days. Okay, so this will be your answer, 24 days, correct? So this will be your answer, 24. And since your answer is in days, and this is the answer which is being asked in the question in days only, so no need to change the unit, it will be same as 2400. Okay, so 2400 will be your answer.